So for the next speaker is Dr. Wei Beng, founder of the Sporogenics in Singapore. Please welcome the Dr. Ng.
Thank you, everyone. Um, it's really my honor to be here and to be seeing all the old members from Prof. Cho's group because I was formerly from Prof. Cho's group as well because I did the PhD under Prof. Cho's lab. So I'm here just to share a bit of the journey that I went through and how Prof. Cho's involvement has made a pivotal impact on what I'm doing now. And I think this presentation here is very much linked to the previous presentation, which is talking a lot on startups. Because I'm here today as a founder of a startup, which is based on Propcho's technology. All right, so just a little rundown in the memory lane of my journey. So I spent about 10 years in the corporate world, climbing the ladders, working for Sony, doing R&D. And I made a huge turn to go back to school. And that's when I met Prof. Cho under a sponsorship by Keysight. So Keysight is a US company that is investing on the instrumentations. And in my PhD projects, I was doing biosensors. So moving on from there, it is really quite a drastic change from me, changing from a corporate world and then back to a student after 10 years. But until today, I have not regretted the decision I've made because this is really a huge phase in my life because without this red circle that you see down there, I wouldn't be doing what I am doing today. So that's why I'm here and I'm very happy to share what I've gone through because after going through the NTU and with Prof. Cho's lab, I switched quite a bit into regulatory affairs and I went into HSA, which is almost a Singapore equivalent of US FDA. So we approve medical devices before they can be used in the local markets. And from there, I went from a public sectors into an industry for biosensors, working on regulatory affairs as well, supporting the product registration for US FDA, for EU, for Japan markets as well. And I think it's a huge addition to my entrepreneurship right now because it helps when you see the overall pictures in terms of regulatory. Because when you're dealing with medical devices, as you all know, medical devices is a highly regulated industry. So it helps if you know the regulation portion of it. So from there, I have actually founded this Sporogenics, which is the main topic for me today. And then there's also another company called, which is Everton, and a consultation company, which is called Medics Consultancies. This is one of the pictures that I managed to find somewhere by Googling. This is a huge group back in 2015 or 2016, I can't really remember. You can see just now one of the presenter, Dr. Julian. He's happily standing at the back. Also, just now you also saw Professor Josh, right? He's now a professor in the Korean universities. And also Dr. Faham, who is sitting just right over there. And many of the other Korean members, Dr. Park, who is in, I think, UCLA right now as a postdoc. And I think he's in the Park system. And of course, Prof. Cho is here. And I think that time, Gamma is still was an intern or something. I can't really remember, but he's a PhD student right now. So I'm really happy to be able to see so many people back here. It's almost like a homecoming. You know, when you watch a Spider-Man Homecoming, right? So this one is like a homecoming movie for me. I won't tell you where I am, but you probably can spot me in the pictures. So that's not the focus anyway. So what I want to talk about more is on this Sporogenics. I hope the internet connection is working well. So this is a company website where you can actually take a look. So this is, oh, cannot see? Okay, sorry. All right. I hope the online viewers can see it. So this is the website. You can feel free to go to it. And the slogan for this is derived from nature, powered by science. Very much related to Prof. Cho's research work on Poland. You can read a bit more on what is the focus for this startups. So we have currently work on two different kinds of products. We have hydrocolloid dressings, anti-adhesion barrier film. I will explain a little bit on what is anti-adhesion barrier film. There's actually a video explaining what is anti-adhesion film, but I shall not show it here because it's a bit long. So you can click on here and you can learn about what is anti-adhesion film, because I believe I only have 10 minutes, so I don't have time to show you this. Just want to quickly run through. Yeah, so this is a brief explanation of what is adhesion film. So basically, after surgery, when your body heals, it tends to get adhesions because you know the organs start to stick together, and that's when you get pain. So the adhesion barrier essentially is to prevent the sticking together of the organs after the surgeries. So we have also made a device that's able to deliver for keyhole surgeries, the same materials. Um, just want to show you who is in this team. I'm not sure whether it's here. I think Prof. Cho's picture is somewhere down here. Oh yeah, you can see him here. So you can feel free to take a look at this website. We will update constantly on the news. So here I'm very happy to share that Sporogenics just last week, we are happy to be awarded the Johnson & Johnson Innovation Awards. So for a one-year residency at the J Labs in Shanghai. So this is actually go through a very stringent panel of judges, you know, comprising of big players like Siemens, Olympus Medical, Johnson & Johnson's, and many other big players. So I just want to share that, you know, you can see the global impact of Prof. Cho's research work, that it is really bringing a value to improve the life of patients around the world. With that, essentially, I have nothing much to share. Just want to check how much time do I still have left. Oh, 5 minutes. In that case, let me quickly just share the video. I hope the video can show up. It's just, I think, a 1 minute video.
Here at Sporogenics, we have a solutions to address post-operative adhesions. Hi, my name is Wei Beng, and I'm a co-founder of Sporogenics. Studies have found that up to 93% of patients develop adhesions following a laparotomy procedures, and this is when the organ walls start to stick to one another, causing issues. Currently, surgeons are not able to prevent the formations of adhesions completely, and patients have to undergo multiple surgeries. And this is where Sporogenics comes in. We have developed a spray-on gel that completely prevents the formations of adhesions. This gel is a biodegradable compound that's derived from sunflower pollen, and it has an abundance of phenolic compounds, which has antioxidant and anti-inflammatory properties. At Sporogenics, we strive to solve unmet clinical needs using materials from nature, ultimately eliminating the chemical burdens from drugs.
Right. So with that, I guess I have said enough about my journey with Prof. Cho's lab so far. And again, I want to say a very big thank you to Prof. Cho for inviting me here today, and to be able to meet up with so many of the alumni down here. Thank you so much. Thank you. Oh, questions? We are still in the clinical stage. In fact, I do. Oh, okay. In fact, we do have some slides, if I may, that is showing some of the animal studies, which is actually in my USB thumb drive. Sure. So maybe let me just quickly give you a, sure. Sorry, let me just do a quick sharing of this. So we have achieved a pretty positive rat animal model study. And in fact, a large scale animal study is going on right now. And we have managed to show that on the left-hand side, which is the study groups, where we have implanted the biopolymers. And you can see that in contrast to the control group, which had huge sticking of the intestine to the abdominal walls. So that's adhesions. And you can imagine how painful this is, if this is to happen to your loved ones or yourself. So that's what Sporogenics is trying to do. We try to prevent the adhesions down here. And from the preliminary animal studies, we are in fact very happy to see these results. And a large-scale animal studies is going on right now as I speak now, in fact, because we have been delayed quite a bit by the COVID-19. So moving forward, once our large-scale animal study is completed, we'll be moving into clinical trials because, as you know, commercial products is not possible without going through approval by the authorities. So you need to have the complete set of dossier ready to be approved by the, for example, the US FDA, or locally it would be HSA, or in the EU, it will be under the MDR before it can be commercially available. So that is the current stage right now, but I'm quite happy to say that this company is only just 1 year old, and I think we have achieved a big step from 1 year ago until today. And I'm quite happy that this is all, innovation that's actually born out of PropCho's lab and this AKC alumni group. Well, the good thing about this is we are offering a cost-effective solutions. So if you compare to the competitors like Johnson & Johnson also have the same products, Baxter, they are selling about $200 US per piece. But for us, we are able to reduce the cost by more than 50%. And I think that is really the true value of being able to bring medical innovations that could be so cost-effective and yet efficient to all the people around the world. I think that is still our main mission as a MedTech. Not just simply for the commercial value, but to being able to change the life of patients. Yeah. That's right. So we have two products right now in the development. One is for keyhole surgeries. So for keyhole surgery, we have actually made a spray-on device. It's like a catheters that you can simply insert through the keyhole and you spray onto the injury site. But of course, there's also the options of, for open surgeries, we have the large film. It could be made in the form of even A4 size, for example, and you can cut it. And the surgeons can put it right after the surgeries, and they put it there between the organs before the sutures. So that's the two mode of offering that we are working on it right now.
Is there a need to do a bit of curing after spraying, or just stick to the
Yeah, so that's one of the proprietary compositions of these materials that we do not need sutures because it's actually muco-adhesive. Yeah.
We have one more question.
Yeah, sure.
This alumni session for the AKC, and then you attend the lab AKC meeting. So what was your take for having this Asia Korea conference?
Yes, so obviously nowadays, if you see the trend of developments, science is no longer a localized domain. You often need to work with global communities. And I think being close to Singapore gives that kind of advantage because it's Singapore is like almost the convergence point for so many people from around the world. And AKC is actually one of the very good platform for you to engage Korean scientists and engineers. And very often you realize that many of the good technologies are actually based in this part of the world. I mean, we are talking about the upcoming 10 years down the road. In fact, Asia Pac is going to overtake regions like US. So in fact, that's the reason why you see so many innovators, so many incubators, they are starting to emphasize the importance of these regions, and they set up programs that is specific to this region. So I think AKC is a very good platform for all the Korean scientists and engineers, as well as local scientists and engineers, to come together and to exchange ideas. Because I mean, we can't work alone with just one single ideas, and very often the most innovative ideas comes from a synergy of all inputs from all over, a few scientists from different regions. So I think this is one of the great take back of being in these AKC programs. So with that, again, I want to thank you everyone, and for Prof. Cho for inviting me to today's conference. And if you have, any one of you have any questions or interest to know more about this, feel free to contact me. I think there's an email on the website, if I'm not wrong. So anyway, many of my friends here know how to contact me, including Prof. Cho. All right, so with that, thank you everyone for your time and attention.
Thank you very much.